Hello and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole, and today I want to talk a little bit more about the empathy for the workers at Activision Blizzard. Because in the last few days, they had to go through a lot of pressure. A lot of things happened, and just a few days ago, Blizzard actually fired 3 high-ranking officers from the companies. One is the Diablo 4 producer, the other one was the Diablo 4 lead level designer, if I'm not completely wrong here, please correct me if I am. And then they have also let go Jesse McCree, who is the name giver of, well, Jesse McCree in Overwatch, but he has also worked on multiple projects in the company, and it seems like Blizzard has found enough evidence for them to say, okay, you know what, we will fire you now. And there have been reactions to that on social media. And I will be honest, I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Because the first reaction I want to talk about is, oh my god, they've fired those people. What does that mean for my Diablo 4 release? And it's like, really? That's the thing which worries you the most? And please, folks, get a little bit of empathy here. Like, there have been people who have been coming to work for years and years and feared to come to work. I know for some people out there, suffering at work is apparently like a must-have. I don't know where that originated from, but there are actually some people who believe that when you have fun at work, it doesn't work and you shouldn't have that. And it's like, wait, what? That's so dumb. But the reality is, like, quick question here. How do you think those people did a good job on creating the best experience for you in Diablo 4 when they feared to come to the job every day? How would you do your job on a daily basis when you would not just fear for your job, but also fear that you might get sexual harassed, mentally abused, or God knows what, right? Like, how would you feel about that, and how well would you do your job? Think about that for a minute. And you would probably realize very quickly, yeah, your job would not be done very well. It would be done because you want to keep your job, but well, or the best they can do, probably not. So yes, this affects the game you so desire. If you cannot feel any empathy for people, which is really unfortunate, then think about it this way. I'm pretty sure that people would do a much better job when they wouldn't fear to go to work every day. Let me give you an example. When I have still worked on a big international company, and that was before I became self-employed 10 years ago, I had a boss which was a choleric. He was an absolute choleric. He was a dick. He was basically angry every day. I think when he woke up, the first thing he did was like drinking 12 coffees on X. Like, he was just pure hatred sometimes, and there was no reason for it. And you could definitely feel that, like the people suffered through that. I suffered through that. Because, well, he was my boss, right? And you just had to take it because you were fearing for your job. And I still remember this particular incident where he basically came in, or, well, he didn't came into my room. He kicked in the door, was absolutely angry, furious. He was throwing some papers on my desk, and then he was just starting screaming for 20 minutes, like how I screwed this up. This is the biggest bullshit he has ever seen, the damage which has been done to the company, yada yada, the whole shebang. And I nearly didn't understand him. That's how much he screamed. I could barely understand his words. And I was just flabbergasted. Like, such little respect for a person, no matter if they screwed up or not, really got me. And I was just like, what the hell was that? Like, keep in mind, I was not a kid or anything. I was an adult, and it's like, come on, show me at least a little bit of respect here. I have been working here for years, and you just treated me as if I was a piece of shit. But here's the kicker. I was then looking at the data he was giving to me, and I was looking through it, and I was just like, wait a second. There's never touched my desktop. What is this? So I was looking through it, and the more I was looking through it, I saw the mistake which was done. I was working for a logistic company at the time, and we were basically ordering stuff in tons and kilograms, right? And somebody screwed up kilograms and tons, and so we basically ordered more than we actually needed, much, much more than we actually needed. And I was going through this, and I was like, wait a minute. This is not on me. This is on my boss. He signed this. He made those like Excel sheets. This is all his doing. And that was the moment where I was just snapping. That was too much for me. So I was taking the papers. I was barging into his room. Before he could even say something, I was throwing the paper on his desk. And I was like, okay, listen to me. First of all, this is not on me. This is your screw up. You screwed this up. Second, show me a little bit more respect when you talk to me. Third, you will fix this. This is on you. And by the end of the day, I want you to stand in my room and just issue an apology to me. If you not do that, I am out. And I think this was the first time in his life where somebody actually spoke up to him, because he was now flabbergasted. Like, he was just like, wait, what? And I was leaving the room. I didn't wait for an answer. I just left the room. And by the end of the day, well, lo and behold, he was standing in my room. And he was issuing an apology. And he was also fixing the issue. Didn't help him. I did issue my resignation a few days later, and I was out. But that apparently changed his behavior a little bit in the company. Like, he was still a kind of angry man, but people told me that he apparently changed his approach to his workers. Now, the point I want to make is, did that help me? No. I had anxiety for weeks afterwards. Man, I'm still dreaming of that shit sometimes. That's how much mental pressure that dude managed to give me over years for nothing. And you can just imagine what that means to people who are going to work every day. And just having this kind of boss, or even worse, like somebody who is like mentally abusing you, who's sexually harassing you, or even worse. I can only imagine that those people not do a very good job to give you the best product they can give you, right? And it's like, yeah, if somebody gets fired because they really found evidence that he behaved, like sometimes people ask, how do they know? How do they know? Well, A, if you have multiple people telling you, yeah, that's exactly what I have seen, then there's already pretty strong evidence. But B, believe it or not, those people are very cocky. And they are sometimes using, well, not just sometimes, but often or not, they are using internal communication tools. They're using Slack groups. They're using emails which are being saved, which the company can look into, because they're not your private emails, they're your work emails. Like, those people are very bold, and not in a good way, but they are using most of the time internal tools, and people can just follow those tools around and see what those people did. So yeah, there are evidence there when people are using those tools, and they do this often or not. So the one thing I would really ask is, like, come on, show a little bit more empathy for the people there, instead of just, oh, wait, this person got fired? What does that mean to my game? Well, it probably means that the game will actually now be, well, the workplace will be a little bit better, and the chance is pretty high that you get a better product out of it, if you want to boil it down to that point. And the second thing I really want to talk about is, do not boycott Activision Blizzard. You will only hurt the workers. I hear that quite often. And you know what? I disagree. For various reasons. First of all, They already got hurt. They already got hurt. People left their jobs. People got retaliated and got fired because they spoke up to it. Like, people already got hurt. Yeah, but it would also hurt more people then. Here's the thing. We are talking about Activision Blizzard. Have you seen Activision Blizzard in the last few years? They have fired hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people every year, even though every year was the best financial year Activision Blizzard ever had. I mean, you can see it with all the CEOs and the shareholders, how much money they actually get. And they report on those numbers. And every time they are like, oh my god, this was the best year since Activision Blizzard actually existed. Oh yeah, also we are firing 700 people. Oh yeah, we are also firing 650 people. And they sometimes did that quarterly. So just because your, game company is making money doesn't mean people do not suffer there. Doesn't mean that people are getting fired. They will get fired if they can squeeze out a little bit more money out of the company. They will do that. So when people are saying, yeah, don't boycott them, people might get fired. Chances, they will probably get fired anyways. And that really sucks. But I have heard this argument over the decades where people said like, oh my gosh, do not boycott ever a company because, people might get fired. As I said, chances are pretty high that they are getting fired anyways. But you know what would be more honest? When people would just say, yeah, I will not boycott this company because I actually just want to play their games because I enjoy them. I don't care if some people suffered making those games. They are for me and I enjoy them. Oof. Sounds harsh, doesn't it? But that's what actually a lot of people think. They don't want to boycott Activision Blizzard because they're really caring that some people are getting fired. Hell, people didn't care for that in the last decade or so when Activision actually did fire hundreds of people. No, they want to enjoy a game and they just want to play the next installment. And you know what? That's fair. I don't judge you for that. But it would be a little bit too honest, wouldn't it be? So, yeah, don't act like you do not want to boycott the company because you fear for the workers. No, you just want to play a new video game. And that's fair. But it would be a little bit more honest to admit that. But the point I really want to make here in the end is you can play whatever game you want. I don't tell you to boycott Activision Blizzard. I don't judge you for it. Most people will probably not judge you for it in the end. And the people who do, ignore them. But the thing is, maybe you should show a little bit of empathy for the people who are actually working there. Because if they would be in a better position, they would give you a better product. They would probably also work faster, so you would actually get the game quicker with less bugs and less issues. And, the only way how you can really get a company moving is the prospect of them losing money. And that is exactly what Activision Blizzard is going through right now. Even the shareholders have enough of the bullshit, and they have now started their own investigations multiple times, and they are like, yo, this is not good. This will affect us because you screwed up, because you didn't care for your workers. And that has to change. So the pressure the people actually build up seemed to help, which is good. But again, if you want to play the game, if you want to enjoy the game, just do it. But don't, this doesn't go for everyone. This goes for a few people out there. But don't make up the excuse you will buy the game because you want to support the small worker at the company. Come on. You want to enjoy the game, you want to play it, and that's fine. But with that said, Thank you so much for listening to my little bit of rambling here, which all this really was. And I'm pretty sure there are plenty of people who will disagree with me on that, and that's also fine. But if you enjoyed this video regardless, I would appreciate if you might consider to give it a like on your way out. Well, if you didn't enjoy this video for whatever reason, the dislike button is right next there. And if you're new to the channel, you want to see more opinion videos, you want to see more gaming news, gameplay, tips and tricks, and also reaction videos, the whole shebang, so to speak, of gaming, you came to the right channel. And I would appreciate if you might consider to subscribe. So thank you so much for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.